Hey there, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about how to get more out of your tea. So how are we going to brew kind of the perfect cup of tea? And so in our last video, we talked about the difference between herbs and essential oils or herbs versus essential oils. And if you didn't see that video, I'll put a link below. But we talked kind of a little bit about the difference between herbs and essential oils and how we can utilize them best. And we talked a little bit about tea and the volatile oils in the plant material. So I have time again today, and only because this is growing like crazy in my garden right now. So I have some time here. And most a lot of plants contain volatile oils. So the volatile oil is your essential oil. That's what is when we talked about the plants being steam distilled, and the volatile oils are what rises with the steam from in the distillation process. So when you're using a plant, especially one that's rich in essential oils or rich in volatile oils, and you're brewing tea, you're kind of doing the same thing. So we're going to put our tea, this is thyme, like I said, I'm putting it in a canning jar. And the only reason I make it as a canning jar is because you can get several cups and only have to brew it once. So I kind of just make a bigger batch. So I put it in a canning jar like this. And what happens is when we pour hot water over it, you're gonna see that there's steam coming up, right? So what happens is it starts to steep the tea. The steam in this cup, you can see it rising, contains volatile oils, right? So what we're gonna do is take a lid. Now you could use the lid from the canning jar, you could use really anything. I like to just use a glass plate, so I'm not using any plastic or anything with the heat, but you put something over top of it, you put a lid on it. So as that steam rises, what happens is it hits the lid and it goes back down into the jar. So you're kind of steam distilling those essential oils, the volatile components of the plant are rising out of it. And then it's falling back into your container, so you're keeping the volatile components of your tea, of your plant, in your tea. Now, when we eat whole herbs, like if you're eating pesto, you're having basil, you're eating what is naturally in that plant for the essential oils. When we're having something like thyme, it's rich in volatile oils. In your eating thyme, you're getting essential oils. So it's in very small amounts. It's not the same as putting essential oils into your beverage, but you are getting essential oils naturally is one of the chemical components of your plant. So when you brew your tea, if you brew your tea and put a lid on it as it's brewing, you're going to keep all the volatile components of the plant material in your cup. So you can see all the condensation on the lid there. That's going to have your essential oils that have been evaporating up out of your cup drip back into your tea. So I like to, for instance, for thyme, I like to brew it for like 20 to 30 minutes, and I like it strong. Some people might not like it that strong. And then I put in a quart jar a half of a lemon in with it, and then I just drink it like that. I find it really refreshing, delicious. It's good cold as well. If it's too medicinal for you, you could also add a little bit of honey in there. So that's a great way to utilize thyme. Thyme has a lot of great properties to it. It's antiviral. It is great for like cough and congestion. So there's a lot of really great benefits in thyme. But if you brew it, put a lid on it, get all the goodness left in the jar. You can see it's already starting to turn color there. And that's the best way to brew a cup of tea when you are using something that has a lot of volatile oils in it, so that you keep everything in your cup. So I hope that is helpful. And like I said, if you want to learn more about herbs versus essential oils and where we can utilize them and if they're interchangeable, you can check out the video below, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye.